So, a choose your own adventure, The Undertaker. Sign me up. Hello and welcome to FTTR, I am Ian McQuaid, and today we are talking about the new Netflix movie. We are talking about WWE Escape The Undertaker. Excuse me. And what this is it's a choose your own adventure style 30-minute-ish, depending on how you watch it, 30-minute-ish short film in which you play as the New Day. The New Day are entering the Undertaker's mansion, haunted, spooky lair, whatever you want to call it, and they need his urn, blend the power of positivity with the power of the dead man. Now, what I liked about this film, let's start with that, is that I think the New Day were all great. They were all great. Big E, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, they really made it watchable and enjoyable. As did Mark Calloway, The Undertaker. I thought he played his part beautifully. It's nice to see him back in the role, if the role is very corny. So yeah, I think the performances across the board were really cool. I thought the production was also really cool. It did look a bit sitcom-y at times, which I don't know what the budget was for this. Probably not that much, but some of the effects were god awful. And yeah, let's go into some of the things maybe I didn't like, because it was mainly just the performances. Now I'm going to have to sort of take myself out of 24-year-old me's brain, because then I just rip it apart. And I'm not going to do that, because if I take myself back to being 10, I would have loved this. I think it's really not for me. It's not for me, and I can appreciate that. But at the same time, it's really dumb. It's really, really dumb. It's not fun. I don't think any of the choices are particularly fun. You get one choice. For example, let's put it out there. You get a choice of going with Big E to look at, I believe, the living room. You can go upstairs with Xavier Woods, and I think you go to the basement with Kofi. I might have got those the wrong way round. But they don't really add much dimension to the story, from what I can tell. From how I went through it and looking at the various different aspects, all that it revolves back to is the various fears of the New Day. And it's, how would I put it? It's not necessarily the most compelling narrative in terms of getting the urn. And it all sort of leads to each member of the New Day discovering their fears. Now, I'm going to talk about some spoilers here. Whatever. I think the most interesting one, and this was really deep, because you got, I think Big E's was spiders, from what I got, which was a bit meh. You got Xavier Woods is being buried alive. And then Kofi's is really deep. Kofi's is like fear of failure, and he's watching himself losing the WWE Championship to Brock Lesnar. And I was like, okay, that's solid. Why haven't they ran with that? There's a compelling narrative behind this, in that Kofi needs the power to win the WWE Championship. I get this probably isn't canon, and maybe I'm looking too much into it, whatever. But there's a compelling narrative there. Why didn't they just streamline it and focus on that? I don't think this necessarily needed the choose your own adventure aspect. I think you could have just done a, hour-long special that explored everything, every facet of the New Day and the Undertaker being in this building. I think that's where it would have worked best, but instead it's damaged by the choose your own adventure format, which works for Bear Grylls. It does work for Bear Grylls, I can admit that. Doesn't necessarily work for this. But again, I'm looking too much into it. It's for kids, it's not for me. Maybe it's because I just love spooky things and it's nearly Halloween. I want all the spooks, give me all the spooks. So overall, I did maybe morbidly enjoy this. I didn't think it's not atrocious. It's not, See No Evil. Let's put it that way. It's no See No Evil 2. It's none of those. It's good for what it is. I'd like to see them go further, maybe push WWE Studios to do something a bit more of substance. It's very shallow, but overall, it was okay. Escape The Undertaker was okay, and I can't actually believe I managed to go on as long as I have. So yes, I would give this a 2.5 out of 5. Let me know your thoughts on Escape The Undertaker down in the comments below, and I'll try and reply to every single one of them. What WWE wrestler would you like to see in this format? For me, it would have been The Fiend. Can't get that, I'm afraid. So let me know down in the comments and I will try and reply to every single one of you. Thank you all ever so much for your support, and have a nice day.